Okay. I think we might be good. I think we might be live. Share the link from the Go Live page. I be trying. If people are here, then I'm sorry. I'm brand new to this. Shareable link, Go Live page, not seeing anything. YouTube. Sheeshers. Okay. What? Oh yeah, we're here. I want to let me click on my phone. YouTube is bugging. Work. There we go. All right. Always love your videos. Best NBA. Oh, you guys are the homies. The homies immediately. I love you all. My guys. All right. What up? What up? What up? Okay. Ooh. We're going to wait a second before officially starting this. We are live. We are live. How's everyone doing? 3 people in here right now. Big things. This is the start of a grind, though. I don't even have a mini basketball hoop behind me right now. What is good? Man, fresh. I'm good, my man. Really excited for a new NBA grind. Excited for Nico Harrison. I mean, I guess I'm not excited for him being fired. Let's just be honest. Was it justifiable and needed to happen? Of course. Mavericks fans, RIP, everything that's been happening. At least you have Cooper flagged. But it's never fun to watch someone get fired, I would say. Even if it's completely deserved. 9 people in here. We are moving. Ooh, okay. I need to mute my own. I'm currently looking at chat on my phone. This is how new I am. We're going to wait a little bit longer for people to get in here. So let's just turn on some Cooper flag highlights, right? Scoop had 26.
Well, a couple of three-point shooters getting ready to check in, and D'Angelo Russell and Klay Thompson, maybe they can help that out. Here's Cooper flag on the move. It scores. Nice turnaround shot for Cooper.
Immediately, if you're in the chat right now, 1, say what up. 2, was the Cooper flag draft rigged? I mean, was it a 1985 draft conspiracy? Derrick Rose draft conspiracy? Anthony Davis draft conspiracy? Got a lot of conspiracies.
And then Coop finds Marshall.
I want to know when we go live on
Here's Dallas running, bluffing a 3, Klay.
with the video.
And then cutting off the ball, catching and scoring in the paint. It's Coop.
There's the video. Almost good. Appreciate anyone who's here right now sticking through this transition period. We're going live and shouting this out on the main channel, so that's why I'm trying to wait to see, get a bit more people. But if you could like the stream, that'd be awesome.
Here is Coop. Transition. Yes, sir. It's a long 2. But it's on the money, and Dallas is up by 4. Block. Gafford turned away Giannis. Wow. And Giannis is down. I don't know if he's hurt or mad.
While everyone's here, if you're not already subscribed, that'd be amazing. Look at Coop, though.
You love to see it.
We do love to see it. All right, so 8-point game. I don't want to spoil, even though this was from last night. But Coop's spin move. Is Coop's spin move his best dribble package move? I would say yes. I would also say it's low-key elite for a rookie. Big body? That's actually just a gigantic body. Like, get off me, little man. All right, 1-point game here, and this is what I'm talking about. Look at the spin. Look at the spin and then on Giannis. And then let's watch the end of this game. Mavs highlights. Boom, boom, boom. Any card, to be honest. Okay. we started the stream a bit too early, but everyone who's here right now, appreciate you. Ooh, I don't know if the NBA itself highlights will get flagged. Will get Cooper flagged. The Mavs blew this, huh? Nico updated his bio. Is that Centel or normal?
8-0 Mill.
Blockers and B-Will has showed.
Different release points matter so much.
Kuzma looking for another three.
Stop that man.
Okay.
Cisse hands it off. Caught on the move. Caleb Martin to the cup. Nice finish.
Coming out of the corner, catch it on the run. As we see Giannis lay the ball up. Doesn't.
And it's nervous Nelly time now. It's a 2-point game. Coop on the blow by.
All right. Well, you know what? I mean, for anyone who's in here, let's just provide some content. We could always just wrap back around. I don't want to be doing nothing for you guys.
Green swings it. Portis again.
There's 4 people in here, though. We literally
Down to a 1-point game.
we went live with the idea that we were uploading a main channel video to shout this out. So, just being honest, just being honest.
After Dallas had a 13-point lead.
Banging threes. How many
How
points did he finish with? I mean, we could just do a quick scan around the league on Basketball Reference before this, and then jump into the Cooper Flag, Nico Harrison stuff. Just talk about some interesting things right before.
He missed it. Oh, but the tip in by Kuzma. Flag is night board. Here's a chance for Dallas to go in front.
What a bailout for the Mavs.
And it's go. He's driving. He's scoring. You gotta love it. Here's a double team on Giannis. 22 seconds. 16 to
Okay.
shoot. Ryan Rollins lays it in. PJ to throw it in. Oh, a slip and a steal.
Ooh, okay.
Double team on
I'm missing the end of the game myself. So there's Coop. First of all, what an elite move by a rookie.
chance for Dallas to go in front.
I mean, this is the Cooper Flag we need to see.
And it's go. He's driving. He's scoring.
Big body on Giannis? To be honest, Cooper Flag does have a pretty good muscular frame for a rookie.
16 to shoot.
Like, Giannis was looking like a baby
Lays it in.
as a rookie.
PJ to throw it in. Oh, a slip.
Oh, Cooper Flag slipping. Kyle Kuzma. How do you feel about the bald head?
Now Dallas.
Bald head Kuz?
It's missed.
I guess that, like,
And the game is
signals determination. All right, Dallas loses. Scroll around Basketball Reference while we're waiting for other people to join. All right, all right, all right. Just like record the intro for the Cooper Flag video that this is going to be. The Dallas Mavericks have officially fired Nico Harrison, ending his reign in Dallas after the horrible, terrible Luka Doncic trade. We're talking about it right now. We are going through a lot of tweets. We are going through a rapid reaction for something that has been a long time coming, and it's been less than a year, if we're being honest. All right, and we're getting a main channel video up right now. So, let's see if we get some more people in here. But shout out to everyone in here right now. So, we're just going to immediately start with the most recent of news, which is that I'm looking to trade AD. Paul Pierce says Dallas Mavericks should trade Anthony Davis now. Now, here's the question, right? Let's pull up Anthony Davis Basketball Reference. We're going to actually look at some tweets as well. But AD, 5 games this season, only 51 total. If we're looking, like, he has the 76 game season, 2024. Maybe he was using a little bit of what Brown was sharing. But besides that, 56 games right here, 40, 36, 62, 56. Like, AD was reliable when he was 24 years old. Since then, my man's been on the floor all of the time. We know him to be. Pause. But we know him. He's always flopping. Injury risk. Pretty much the most ridiculous player to trade Luka for when you're claiming that you're looking for someone who's more reliable, who can like stay in the court. Yeah, AD does play more defense. Sure. He doesn't give you 37 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists a game. Okay. I'll say you didn't think that he was the main issue in all this, is the guy that wanted to move the team. Yeah, so you thought it was the owner, which is fair. So we did hear reports that the owner wants to move the team to Las Vegas. And there are also reports that in Dallas, they believed that they were going to be able to legalize gambling and build a casino, because the Dallas Mavericks owner actually married into a casino family that runs casinos in Las Vegas. So, one, I don't know how much actual work he did to get there, but, you know, married into it. Good for him, I guess. Two, if the belief was that he was going to be able to create a gambling environment in Dallas, we obviously saw that did not happen. Okay, pump up my volume just a smidge. Okay, I guess we just do this and this and hello. Is that better? I could also sit a little closer. Okay, so Dallas Mavericks are firing Nico Harrison 9 months after the jarring and stunning Luka Doncic trade, a move for which Dumont took accountability and accepted as a mistake in a courtside interaction with a fan on Monday night. Now, how much accountability are you really taking if, I mean, what the owner can't fire himself, I guess, but I guess he's like, I'm taking accountability in the fact that I was allowing this man to run my franchise. But again, was it Las Vegas? Was it they want... So the theory is kind of crazy, though, because this theory would include you're tanking your own fan base's loyalty to then allow like a 5D chess brain move to go to Las Vegas. Now, there have actually been whispers around the league that Memphis and New Orleans are the teams that are going to possibly get relocated. So Zion in Las Vegas, or Ja, I mean, we're just asking for trouble, huh? We're asking for trouble, but could happen. So we are looking, a reporter just asked Nico Harrison, why shouldn't you be fired? I think this is kind of the same exact thing, but I want to pull up Nico Harrison's legacy will be worse. Yes, we're going to be pulling up all of this. Matter of time. Trust between owner Patrick Dumont and Nico Harrison has disintegrated. Now personally approving when AD can return from his calf strain, regardless of Nico's opinion. AD wanted to play in Washington Saturday. Internal disagreement about whether he should. I mean, I feel like any single time that there's a should he or should they not play a man, if he's possibly injured, we always go on the side of do not play him for an extra game or two in the regular season. Mavericks have had a tough start to the season. Anthony Davis is going to change this team, but possibly re-aggravating an injury when AD is the most injury-prone man in the world. Not exactly the smartest. Okay. Internal disagreements kept him out. Yup. Dumont's letter. So let's read this. What was his letter after the ouster of Nico Harrison? Dear Mavs family, on May 30th, 2024, the Mavericks won the Western Conference. He really starts with this. Okay, wow. They won the Western Conference Championship. Yes, they did. We came up short in the NBA Finals, but we agreed our future was bright. Why was it bright? One man, Luka Doncic, Luka Magic. Luka was shining like a light bulb. But no more. As fans of this franchise, you have every right to demand a commitment to success from us. No one associated with the Mavericks organization is happy with the start, but we all believed would be a promising season. You have high expectations for the Mavericks, and I share them with you. When the results don't meet expectations, it's my responsibility to act. I made the decision to part ways with general manager Nico Harrison, the axe guy, the fall guy. There's a lot of... So, okay. With this Las Vegas conspiracy of whether Patrick Dumont was pulling strings to get a team in Las Vegas, how would he have convinced Nico to just completely tank his career and his public perception? Like, where does Nico Harrison go after this? Are we about to, you pull up to Wendy's, you're like, what up, Nico? I guess things really turned out poorly for you. I don't know where he's going. Through the majority of the 2000, like, what college basketball team even takes him? This man is tainted. Throughout the majority of the 26th season, though the majority remains to be played, I know our players are deeply committed to a winning culture. I understand what the profound impact has been. Okay, yes. So, hold us accountable. Pretty good. Still has no idea why the Mavs fans are mad. It's because you traded away a generational superstar. I mean... Does he not get that? Like, I feel like he fully understands that, but I feel like also maybe he was a part of the move or something and just can't fully admit that. I mean, you can't, what are you supposed to do at this point? Like, hello, Mavs fans. We really dropped the ball. We traded away the generational superstar, the man averaging 37, 9, and 9. All right. So this is, when was this? Got booed. Was that for me? Was this a long time ago or was this recently? Boo, boo, yeah. Someone right on the court. Did he boom to his face? Like, you're terrible, dog? Is that for me? So awkward. Indiana Jones hat right to his right. What's more awkward? Or is this fashion? I mean, I guess this is Dallas Cowboys fashion. Dallas Mavs, but it's like a Cowboy state. Fire Nico Chance of Dallas. So this was just last night. They listened to the fans. We'll definitely admit that. Never wrong. NBA Centel over Woj. I mean, Centel posts real things sometimes. I mean, but they don't go viral. Is there anything crazy? Nico Harrison updated. Okay, he did. He almost got me on this. A girl dad unemployed. Followed by... Okay, so he's just trying to... What is his net worth? 5 to 10 million? I mean, he's definitely okay money-wise, but, like, at the cost of what? Yes, you have a ton of money. Yes, you can just chill. In this economy, you got to be working. Let's be honest. But also... when your entire reputation is just garbage, like, you could be going to 5-star restaurants, 3 Michelin-star restaurants, and if the chef is spitting in your food, still sucks to be you. Pretty much where Nico Harrison is right now, I feel like. I don't know if anyone likes him. Like, I guess the Lakers fans must like him. Nico's reaction to fans saying fire him. There's something about the fact that he's sitting behind fans that's just so awkward. Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. He's got 5 to 10 million, but you want to be him? Let's just all grind and get our 5 to 10 million and not do this, not be this man. And look at these people just staring awkwardly. Yikes. No one's even sitting next to him. This guy know him? Wanted one seat away so he doesn't have accountability himself? Draymond Green, all right. Let's hear Draymond. Let's hear thoughts.
The team that Nico constructed to go win a championship hasn't been on the court. So I find it crazy that everybody's just going to act like Kyrie Irving is this easily replaceable guy. Do you see the Indiana Pacers without Tyrese Halliburton? They look like a completely different team.
It's a fair take so far.
Yes, they got the #1 pick. Guess what teams that get the #1 pick usually look like the next year? Trash. And I know what everybody...
Wait. Okay, they got the #1 pick.
oh man, their injury history, you knew, you had to wonder that or think that was going to happen. Well,
I mean, they had 1.8% chance. This is not the same thing. This is like a Derrick Rose type #1 pick. This was not the Washington Wizards, Charlotte Hornets getting the #1 pick.
AD for a better part of the last 2 years has been extremely healthy before getting to Dallas. Kyrie Irving, since being in Dallas, has been pretty healthy. So miss me with the injury history stuff and going back 10 years and guys has been
Nah, it's not 10 years. It's not 10 years. Let's be real. Okay, again, he did have one 76-game season, but we have 56, 40, 36, 62, 56. This is consistent injury struggles. Let's pull up Luka for comparison, right? I mean, Luka only wasn't eligible for awards last year. It's not much better. It's not much better. I'll be real. Not much better. But Luka played 70 games in 2024. 50 last year. Okay, 66, 65, 66, 61, 72. So it's like the same. When we're hearing the narrative, okay, we traded Luka Doncic to get a more reliable player. That makes no sense if it's Anthony Davis. And also, the part that makes absolutely the least sense is always going to be they only talked to the Lakers. How can we ever make possible sense of that? How can we make sense of it without attaching the NBA rigged the draft for Cooper Flagg to go to the Mavericks along with it? If Cooper Flagg is a part of that trade, okay, I guess it makes sense, right? Anthony Davis plus Cooper Flagg, like, yeah, now we're talking a package for Luka Doncic. I agree with, we have a tweet over here. I agree with this tweet, though.
Listen, Luka's only played 5 of the 9 games. LeBron hasn't played yet, just got fully cleared today.
Luka's only played 5 of 9 games?
Austin Reeves didn't play
when was this?
And they're 7-2. And
November 6th, okay.
7 games, because I think LeBron's going to miss the next 7. 6 of the 7 are on the road, then they have a long homestand.
Am I taking any interest in Michael Jordan's legal fight with NASCAR? I'm down to take a dive into that, the side dive into that in 1 second.
And so the Lakers should find
How are you feeling about it?
At 11-5 or 12-4 when LeBron comes back, which for a team that was considered fringe-ish contender, I think that is way ahead of
slowly talking.
Where they were. And
talk faster.
I know you can get a little annoyed with me because I get hung up on trades that happened before, whether it be Quentin Williams and Micah Parsons or the Luka trade. Right now, there was a very brief, but very loud. Oh, was Nico that crazy after all? Once they got Cooper Flagg.
No!
They were like, oh,
once they got Cooper Flagg, but we're talking about like, yeah, we were like, oh, is Nico that crazy? Because either one, they were the luckiest team ever with 1.8% chance to get Cooper Flagg, or two, they rigged the draft for this. There's a handshake deal where they're like, okay, you're only going to talk to the Lakers. NBA ratings are plummeting. We need a new star in Los Angeles. Hey, Luka would be perfect. He's going to be heartbroken. He's going to get fat-shamed. He's going to get fueled into amazing Luka right now. If we're talking about that, and we're talking about that's the reason why Nico did the trade, he had like a secret handshake deal with Adam Silver, sure then, sure. But if we're living in a world where we're not taking that into account, then this is easily the most nonsensical trade ever. If you were to just talk to every single team in the NBA, the trade package for Luka would be insane. We're talking about a perennial MVP candidate for the next 7 years, traded in his prime, locked up under contract. This doesn't happen. This just simply does not happen. You're getting the best trade package that anyone has ever seen. You're not getting just Anthony Davis and Max Christie. So miss me with that. All right, we're out here. Here we go.
Hit it one more time.
Seems like a no-brainer.
Let me tell you something. This team does have a lot of talent. They have some expectations. Obviously, Kyrie Irving is out, and he is going to bring a whole dynamic that they don't have. I'm panicking because
we're not sure Kyrie is going to come. Kyrie, his workout highlights right now have been impressive to see, right? He's about to turn 34 years old. Like, let's be honest, tearing your ACL at that late of an age, yes, it appears modern medicine has become unreal recently, but we're not sure Kyrie Irving is going to be the same player. And D'Angelo Russell, I want to see if we could find this ridiculous tweet of D'Angelo Russell I saw the other day, but D'Angelo Russell is just not the point guard you want on your team. He looks good. Maybe on paper, at least he looks good when he plays at times, but then it's like his defense, never there. Like, look, 24 points plus 26 in the win. I think it's just absurd lack of consistency. What would be my number one gripe with D'Angelo Russell. All-star D'Angelo Russell, by the way. D'Angelo Russell, LeBron. Let's see. The tweet I saw was something like about how D'Angelo Russell was just saying just wild stuff about who he was about to play with. Maybe we'll never find it. Twitter bugging on me. We're about to move on. We'll give it one more shot. It was about Klay Thompson. So I'll say MJ may need to realize that NASCAR isn't the same as the NBA. Apart from that, it's wait and see. Also on the Mavs stand subject, ownership may need to be looked at. So I'm like, greetings from Greece. Fan for nearly a decade. My man, greetings from Greece. What up? How are you doing? How do you feel about Giannis? Do you think Giannis should stay in the Bucks? Are you a Bucks fan because you're from Greece? I don't know. Ownership needs to be looked at. Right? Sketchy. If I'll rerun around it. Let's see if we can find this actually. Dallas Mavericks, Luka trade, casino built. That's the Mavs owners traded Luka so they could change Texas state constitution to legalize gambling in the state. Nothing fully there. Why was Luka? Here we go. Conspiracy theories. These 5 conspiracy theories. Not bad. Theory 1. The Mavericks want to move to Las Vegas and moving Luka is means and ends. Theories about a potential move to Las Vegas have been swirling around the Mavericks ever since ownership changed in 2023. Allison and Dumont families made their riches in Vegas. Now keep in mind, the man we are seeing, Patrick Dumont, married into this family. Now, I don't know if that matters at all. I just want to point it out because I just want to say that's not the guy that made the money here. Las Vegas Sands Corporation, ownership has publicly stated they will not move the team, but you could trust the words of a sports owner about as much as a fox in a hen house. Old school reference, okay. Fox, I guess, would eat all the hens, right? Plans have fallen through for a massive casino resort in Dallas, so that's what happened. They voted on legalizing gambling in Dallas. It did not happen, did not fall through. Okay, here we are. Allison and Dumont families bought the Mavs to get a foothold in Texas, to get a gambling foothold in Texas. They wanted we're going to have the Dallas Mavericks and then funnel the Dallas Mavericks fans over to our casino. We win this, make this half-court shot, get a free slot spin. Stuff like that. Maybe a little more than half-court shot. Maybe they make 2 free throws at the end of the game, get $5 in slots. But you understand the point. So because they can't bring gambling to Dallas, the thought is they kill attendance by trading Luka, kill fanhood in general, and then they're like, okay, look, the fans hate us. This is so easy now to move to Las Vegas. Now this would be evil. Let's just call it what it is. This would be evil to do this to a fan base. I would hope Dallas would get another team if that was the case. But why? Again, they bought the Mavericks thinking that this would go through. The gambling would go through. So that's why they would have bought it. But it would be evil. Number 2, Hookah Luka. Luka didn't obsess over basketball. I feel like that's not I don't think this is a conspiracy. I think this is just more of what it was. Luka gained a bit too much weight. People, and then Nico didn't want it. That is the standing theory. Luka was already planning a push to Los Angeles. We know that's not true. We know he was heartbroken leaving Dallas. A Lakers and Luka fan. All right, Giannis obviously needs to get out of Milwaukee, but I fear he will dirk it out because loyalty. It does appear Giannis is currently dirking it out because of loyalty. However, the Bucks are playing at a high level at least. They don't have any first-round picks really and pretty much any trade assets, so it really is a case where how do they do this? But I don't know. I will admit I talked to a Bucks fan recently, and I was like, my dog, it would really hurt for Giannis to leave your team. It is cool to see a guy be a generational talent. He did already win a championship, so that would be the difference why he would stay. Like, even Damian Lillard had his boiling point and left, but then he said he regretted leaving Portland. He got injured. Giannis got injured. We never really saw the Bucks at full power with those two. But right now, I mean, I don't know how the Bucks like magically get a new great player on that roster. It's tough, and you'd be looking at Giannis to try to make a Jokic type run himself, while we have teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder that are now currently super teams. Like, Jokic was not going against an Oklahoma City Thunder 68 win juggernaut, so that's gonna be tough. 2 words, Dean Spanos. Well, we could type it in. I can't do this with everything. Okay. Purchase a majority stake. Okay, so then he put my lack of football knowledge is showing here. So he pushed the team over though. Okay. I understand. It's possible. It is possible. Business plans falling through put pressure on the Mavs getting under luxury tax. I don't know. Nico Harrison is just an idiot when it comes to basketball. Now that is also possible. But I will just continue to say, why would Nico Harrison only talk to the Lakers? Like, chat, why would Nico only talk to the Lakers? What is the reasoning? How would it possibly make sense? He's good enough to make Milwaukee a 40-ish 5-win team with mid-tier good talent like Dallas teams from 2016 or Dame's Blazers dimension. Yes. I mean, he's good enough to do that. Giannis is so good that he's never going to... I mean, the team's not awful. We got Miles Turner. We got Gary Trent. We could side pull up the Bucks. That's what we're doing here. We're moving around. Milwaukee Bucks 7-4. Just beat the Mavericks. I watched those highlights to begin the stream, but we could watch again if we want with Cooper Flag doing this thing. This is a yikes. It's a big yikes. Giannis is leading in assists even. Okay, so he's leading in points, rebounds, assists. Miles Turner, my brother, what are you doing? 42.1% from the field as a center playing next to Giannis. Like, huh? What are we saying right here? Kyle Kuzma, shooting a better percent this year. All right, in the playoffs he shot like what, 25%. So at least he has that. Ryan Rollins, though, as the second leading scorer. AJ Green, big part of the team. Gary Trent Jr. We were hoping for a Gary Trent Jr. come-up season. Like, if you were thinking best case scenario for the Bucks, Gary Trent Jr. having a come-up year would be what we would need. It's not happening. Bobby Portis, a bit of a fall-off year when they need him the most. I don't know, man. I mean, let's look at Gary Trent right here, right? 17.4 a game in Toronto, 18.3. I don't think these teams are any good. No, 48 wins, 41. He's 27 years old. Gary Trent, what happened? Did you get the bag and run away? You don't even have a bag! Gary Trent Jr., what are you doing? Play better, man. What's going on? 38.6%? And think about it. These guys are playing with Giannis. The volume that Giannis brings, the gravity that Giannis brings to the court, getting open shots. I mean, certainly more than the Toronto Raptors, where you somehow... Where were you in scoring on this team? Third leading scorer with Pascal and Fred VanVleet. This is what's happened to you? I don't know about it. All right. They're deadlocked roster. Yeah, they are super deadlocked in Milwaukee for sure. 100% on that. All right. Well, let's just continue looking at the actual Luka trade here. I mean, yeah, the actual Nico part of this. So Patrick Dumont, mad. All right. So Draymond was saying the team's not at full strength.
3 years. I don't buy that. Y'all just want to go point the finger at Nico because that was a storyline. Now let's make that a storyline again.
No. We want to point the finger at Nico because this trade made absolutely no sense and he did not talk to any other team. We can never forget that he did not talk to any other team. I'll say that 1,000 times. If you do not shop Luka around and look for the best possible option, what are we talking about?
That shit is whack to me. So next year, they come back, that full team that Nico intended to be out there, and they have success. Then what?
When was this? November 11th, 2025? Then what? I mean, yeah. Nico would be fired, and we'd be like, that still made no sense. You could have got more. They only got bailed out by the Cooper Flag draft pick. So, also, let's pull up another video. Let's pull up a very important video here. It's called Jalen Brunson Contract. So, let's keep in mind, Nico traded Kristaps Porzingis for Davis Bertans and Spencer Dinwiddie, both of who are playing in Europe. I will, if Bertans is in Europe. They're both not playing in the NBA anymore. I will say Spencer Dinwiddie was a key part in that Western Conference Finals run that they had. Not the Finals run, the Western Conference Finals run. But Jalen Brunson, the man's casually been averaging 27, 26, 28.7, 24. Number 5 in the MVP voting in 2024. Clutch Player of the Year. Does anyone like that award? I don't. Not a fan. But second team All-NBA. Back-to-back seasons. Looks like he's on pace to do that again. Knicks have rebounded, become 6-3, second in the Eastern Conference. They're looking very Knicksy. We're looking like the Knicks might take the East. I mean, the East is pretty wide open now that the Celtics have their injury. We have the Detroit Pistons at the number 1 spot, with Cade absolutely crushing it after a little bit of a slow start. Very exciting, but Jalen Brunson. This is all we need to know about Nico Harrison. Also, the fact that he was the guy with the Steph Curry contract. We'll pull that up in a second, too. Jalen Brunson, contract, re-sign Mavericks. Okay, and let's not forget here. Nico Harrison, Steph Curry, Nike pitch. Okay, let's do that one first. Did Nico Harrison really call Steph Curry by the wrong name in a Nike meeting? How is this man getting hired at the spots that he is? He is a perfect example of, guys, you can do anything in life. If Nico Harrison can call Steph Curry the wrong name while pitching him to Nike and create an Under Armour basketball, not empire, but at least a full resurgence, how much value would Steph Curry be bringing to Nike right now? Steph Curry is obviously top tier shoe name, top tier athlete, everything he does. He's even a golfer. You can sell Steph Curry golf stuff. Yeah, how many teams would have given literal body parts for Luka Doncic? Let's be honest. Here's a question. I really love this question. How many teams in the NBA would have traded for Luka and would have renamed their team the blank Lucas? Like, they would have changed their team name to Luka in order to trade for him. I think Washington and Sacramento would have to change their names to the Washington Lucas, the Sacramento Lucas. To get Luka Doncic, just completely do everything. Like, the Bulls, we can't. We're too legacy. Michael Jordan. And we have Modest. And we have Josh Giddey. We're happy where we are. I'm actually kind of interested in this question right now. What do you guys think down below? What do you think, chat? Like, the Brooklyn Nets. They've been awful for a very long time. Do they become the Brooklyn Lucas for Luka Doncic? The Charlotte Hornets. Luka and LaMelo? We'd love to see that. Charlotte Lucas? I'm going yes on both. Like, to get Luka, I think they rebrand their franchise. Let alone giving up New Orleans Pelicans. It seems they're so like, to get out of the Zion trap. Imagine they're able to trade Zion for it as well. I'm going to hard though 4. I'll say a hard 4. Washington, Brooklyn, Charlotte, and Sacramento. I will say 4 teams would rename their franchise to Luka's in order to get Luka. At least 10 to 13. Maybe. I'm underselling it. I mean, we would say like fixed rules. We'll just apply rules right now. The team name has to be that for at least 30 years. But yeah, like if you're Milwaukee, you're the Milwaukee Lucas, and now you have Luka and Giannis. You're just out here winning titles. Probably worth it. Probably worth it. If Luka's locked in. Like, what am I saying with the Bulls? Like, yeah, Michael Jordan. But it's like the Michael Jordan era is over. It's the Chicago Lukas now. All right. So did Nico, though, actually really call him wrong, the wrong name? Harrison always denied it was him. That he called him Stefan. He did call him Seth. So what? He was like trying to say, the article says I mispronounced his name. It wasn't me. I might have called him Seth, but I wasn't going to mispronounce his name. How is that better? Like, saying Stefan is at least like in the realm of this is your name. You called him by his little broski's name, who is a respectable, great NBA career for a role player, but is Lil Bro and has been playing like Lil Bro forever. What are we talking about? The article says I mispronounced. This is what he's clarifying? I didn't mispronounce his name. I got it wrong entirely. Let's just be real. Oh, Nico Harrison. So, Jalen Brunson wants to stay 4 more years in 2021. Do you think the Mavs will trade AD for multiple draft picks over the next 2 to 3 seasons? So, let's answer that question immediately, Craig. Dallas Mavericks future draft picks. Here is where things get awful. 2027, they have their own pick, okay? Their roster right now is too good to tank. It's that simple. Like, yeah, are they 3-8 to begin the year? Sure. Are they going to end up being 35 to 40 wins? Yeah. Like, Anthony Davis is going to come back. They are going to get wins. They're not a title contender. They're definitely not a team that people were saying they were, that they were going to be up there competing with the Oklahoma City Thunder. No. With the Lakers? No. LeBron's not even back right now. Lakers are cooking. So anyway, outgoing draft picks. This may be a little confusing, but don't worry, I'm here to break it down. Charlotte, protected for selections 1 to 2. So basically, they cannot tank in 2027, the Mavericks, because unless they get the top number 1 or 2 pick, and maybe the NBA keeps rigging for them, but unless that doesn't happen, they cannot tank because that pick goes to the Hornets. So even if they get pick number 3, goes right to the Hornets. So they can't take in 2027. 2028, the Thunder just have their pick. It's a pick swap, so they'll get the Thunder's pick, the number 30 pick in the draft. Congrats. 2029, Houston holds 2 most favorable of the picks. Dallas does not have a pick. They hold Dallas's 2029 pick or Phoenix's 2029 or Brooklyn's. Listen to what Houston has in 2029. They get 2 of the 3. They get the Dallas Mavericks first round pick, the Phoenix Suns first round pick, or the Brooklyn Nets first round pick. All 3 of these teams are in shambles. Now, I would expect Cooper Flagg to at least, like, they got to build around him, and with no draft capital, what are they going to do? But Houston, this is an insane haul right here. And then the worst pick, though, of the 3, Brooklyn gets. Notice, Dallas's name is not there. Somehow they've cleared all of their picks for the roster they currently have. 2030, San Antonio Spurs hold the right to swap. They have Wemby. We know they're going to be better. I'll bet right now, 2030, we could pull this back if need be and be like, oh, Mike was wrong. Oh, Steph Curry with the 40-inch vertical. It happens. I really doubt it will, though. They have to cut the roster and trade anyone over 25. Flag Lively, Christie keep. Fire sale for anyone else. Pretty much what they do need to do. I agree. I agree, Jerry. I agree, Jerry Poppins. Right now, like, what are we doing? Let's pull up the salary cap situation. Team payroll. 2028 season, okay? Here's where things get very sketchy. Someone needs to want to take on this Anthony Davis contract. He's getting paid over $60 million in 2028. What is Anthony Davis's trade value, knowing he's an injury risk right now, but also knowing he's still putting up solid numbers? It's a very, very tough question, right? Because let's look around the league. Like, if you're the Knicks and you're like, would you switch him out for Cat? But then, like, he'd make more sense on the roster than Cat. That would be true. But then, who do they get back? Like, they need young assets back. So we'd probably be looking at a 3-team deal where somehow they acquire young assets. Golden State Warriors, wild card, but I don't even think. And let's look at the NBA trade machine. I don't think we could even make this work for the Warriors. He might have a little bit too much money. This is not the one that I like here. This is a great site if you ever want to just play with this for making trades. All right. Dallas Mavericks, Golden State Warriors. Start the trade. So we're going to do trade deadline mode right here. Send to Golden State. And then Golden State. This is an incomplete trade. Is it showing anything right now? Where is... So, Golden State, if they traded Kuminga... Okay. So they traded Kuminga, Moody, Buddy, and Al Horford. We're at they still are at 10. Oh no, only minus $5 million. Oh, is this the trade that ends up happening? Kuminga, Moody. They're not going to give up pods on top of that. It's too much. I mean, this is already like, even giving up Al Horford. What do you guys think about this? Warriors wouldn't go for it. They're too conservative to consider AD. It's, I don't know. You don't know the swearing rules. I mean, I guess we're currently living in a lawless new live stream, but if you could be respectful, I'd appreciate it. So, we know Kuminga is almost definitely getting traded. That's kind of like an unkept secret. I mean, if the Warriors go to the trade deadline and Kuminga is crushing it and they're playing out of their minds, but right now, Golden State 6-5. Like, that's not how it's looking. So, it does look like they need to swing for the fences. Do they believe they can get Giannis for guys like Kuminga and Moody? I mean, they're in, like, a tough spot. A guy like Anthony Davis might be what they would need to aim for. Because, like, okay, then we just throw in, like, DeAnthony Melton's contract and Gary Payton in a second. And this trade's going to work, right? Plus 0.2 million. Okay, well, we can just remove that. Quinn Post would be a tough giveaway, though. But okay, we get the gist here. Minus 1.1 million. Okay, well, we understand that we can make that work. Like, we understand we could make a minus 0.1 million work. It is a little frustrating to not just see it on the screen. So let's see if we can. A pick swap, and the Mavs should acquire a draft pick to replace another Hield or Horford in that deal. Well, they would definitely be, looking for picks as well. 2.9 mil. This is like a weird trade to make happen. I guess, like, we're making it happen, though. It would work. And then look at the Warriors draft picks. So the Warriors actually have their draft picks. Especially if the Warriors trade these later draft picks. These are kind of wild cards without Steph Curry, right? I mean, there's definitely no guarantee that Golden State's going to be good in 2031 or 2032. So those picks actually have good value. It's just you're trading down the line for a 2031 or 2032 pick. So Dallas would be going for the ultimate rebuild when they finally have their own draft picks in 2031. Okay. I'm curious, though. Chat, what do you think? Could Toronto be a player for Anthony Davis? Okay, we could look at that. Toronto Raptors 5-5. I'm not counting out Toronto with anyone, really. But, like, if you're the Mavericks, why, like, we have to question, why do you trade Anthony Davis? Like, it probably would be better unless you're going to immediately get young talent. It probably would be better just to see if AD and Kyrie Irving do right the ship. And we've seen in the playoffs, like we saw the 2022 Warriors. We saw, like, seeding doesn't, like, it matters. But if you have the best team at the end of the season, okay, you could roll through teams. with Kyrie, with Anthony Davis, if they're both playing well, I'm not discounting them. I'm just saying, like, they're currently in a really tough spot. Like, these guys are in huge injury risks right now. Injuries only add up the older you get. Kevin Durant is the exception. Well, actually, LeBron is the exception. Kevin Durant has been an exception. And so is Steph. But even Steph, he's seen it. Am I wrong to think he's missed? He's missed a few games this year. Still playing 8. Steph, though, is a different beast. His trainer said that he's coming into this season in better shape than he's ever been. Kuminga is somewhat slowed down since the beginning of the year. I wouldn't mind trading pods if you're going to get a big guy, but AD is far more injury prone than Kyrie. Yeah, it's just Kyrie. It's just scary because we just haven't seen Kyrie deal with such a massive injury, but I do think that if he's fine after that, then, you know, should be good. But that kind of injury at this kind of an age, in 2025, it's a lot less scary than it used to be. We definitely know that. Like, if this were to happen in 2015, that's like RIP to his career. So in 2025, probably he's going to be fine. I would bet, if I had to bet one way or the other, I would say that he was going to be fine. Raptors, though. Sorry, I got a little sidetracked. So, okay, so the Warriors could trade Kuminga, Moody, Hield, Horford. Like, they would have, the thing is, they would have to trade these kind of salaries, though. Like, they would have to trade Buddy. That'd be a guarantee. This $9 million would have to go. Horford, maybe they wouldn't have to trade, and they could instead trade like more of these younger guys, right? Like they could just like the Melton types, like D'Anthony Melton, Guy Santos. I think they'd be able to trade like some gigantic salary dump package like this. This would still be $3 million away. Like, they'd have like Quinn and Post and like Will Richard, and they're trading 8 players for 1. I don't know what happens in this situation. You have to cut like 9 players. Golden State's also hard capped over the first apron, so it has to be like exact amounts of money sent, I guess, here, because this is not in that 10% rule where the NBA allows it to happen. Are they both? It's weirdly difficult to get this to work. All right, let's refresh, though. Mark Stein mentioned trading AD and Clay for multiple picks and young players, but that's a lose-lose scenario for both sides unless the Lakers give up Austin Reeves. AD and Clay to LA. Okay. We did talk about the Raptors, but like let's see if LA could possibly take on Anthony Davis's salary. Like the problem is select new teams. The problem is taking on his salary, right? Mavericks, Lakers, boom. Lakers, like, so they would be trading. They'd have to trade Rui. Ooh, actually, no. The Lakers have good salaries to work with. We like this. All right. Okay. Now, this would be ridiculous. If we're talking about conspiracies, this would be something, right? Okay. We just need to add $2 million. Who's a young guard who can be traded? Maybe Bronny James? I don't know what that was. Get out of here. Heart of the matter. Guy and Deborah through an infection. RIP, but brother. Deborah's really sick. Are we able to do this? Like, nope, it's not letting me. It's not letting me. I'm somehow in one of those situations where all right, we see it can work, though. It can work. They would be trading a lot of nothing. Let's see their draft picks. They do have their 2026 pick. 2027, only top 4 protected, but 2028, 2030, 2031, 2032. So they have a lot of first-round picks to trade for Anthony Davis. The problem, though, is that the Mavericks need a good young player with Cooper Flagg. They have their 1 draft pick this year. So would the Mavericks be like, we have to bottom out right now? That is possible. And then you're going for AJ. You're going for Boozer. you're going for those kind of guys, you'd have to do it right now. And then you'd also have to trade Kyrie when he comes back, right? AD back to the Lakers would be diabolical. It really would be. It really would be. But what if that was the plan all along? AD comes in looking overweight just to get traded back to the Lakers. I mean, I'm actually also here for it because I'm just here for high-level playoff basketball. And the Rockets look like they are a legit team. I really love what we're seeing with them. I really love what we're seeing with the Lakers without LeBron so far. And the Thunder, of course, are insane. So I wouldn't say this trade is impossible. The Warriors also not impossible. The Warriors could give better assets, but we've seen the Lakers get this little whatever they're getting right now to be able to get Luka Doncic, get better players over there. Thunder at 10-1. Question, do you guys think that the Thunder could break the wins record this year? I mean, they're on pace, right? Like 73 wins. I think just easy math times 7. They have to be on pace right now. Spurs at 8-2. Just got Fox back. I don't think the Spurs make a move like this for Anthony Davis. I mean, that would be too risky, in my opinion, for the Spurs. But I do think the Spurs are the Giannis hotspot. Like, if Giannis does end up going, I want to go somewhere, I think the Spurs then end up moving one of their young guys. If you're the Bucks, you can justify moving Giannis for either Castle or Harper. Okay? And while I do really love both of these guys as young players, if you're trying to advance the system here and go with Giannis, Wembanyama, Fox, right? And then either keeping Castle or Harper along with Devin Vassell. Like, this is a team. Like, you're going for the championship. And it's Giannis, man. Like, this isn't just like you're adding just anyone. You're adding Giannis to this roster. You're immediately pushing. What is with the East? Can we get any teams like this in the East? Why are the Spurs, the Lakers, the Rockets, the Nuggets, like the Pistons, 9-2. We're in the Eastern Conference. The Bulls are crushing it. I actually have full faith the Bulls are going to continue to crush it. Playing in the East. Shouldn't be talking about any team with less than 15 wins breaking the wins record for a single season. It would be fair if they hadn't won 68 games, though, last year. So I'll say, theoretically, like, it's like they should be on watch, especially with a 10-1 start. Now, I will say, like, yeah, when you start to see all these injuries pile up, you're like, okay, it's very, very difficult to win 73 games. So I'm just saying, though, fun little thing to watch. What else do we need to talk about right now with this Nico trade? We're looking at Anthony Davis trades. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say, okay, let's listen to what Nico explained why he shouldn't be fired right before he gets fired. This was April 21st, 2025. So
Luka comes back to town. The Lakers game's happening, and you're standing there, and there's thousands of people chanting for you to be fired. That's an experience that none of us, no one's chanting for for us to lose our jobs. Why shouldn't you be fired?
Well, one, I think I've done a really good job here, and I don't think I can be judged by the injuries this year. You have to judge from totality, from beginning to end, and so
let Jalen Brunson go.
I think I have a really good working relationship with Patrick.
No. Luka comes back to town.
This is the least confident I've ever heard anyone speak. Like, this is the opposite of talking with your chest. This is talking with your back. I don't know I don't know what the opposite is. Let's pretend I never said that. But this is talking like a mouse. Okay.
Well, one, I think I've done a really good job here.
Why shouldn't you be fired? I think I've done a really good job here. Does he believe this statement? He doesn't. Let Jalen Brunson walk for free. We never watched the thing. Sorry, I've been a little bit distracted, jumping all over the place, trying to read chat as well.
Knicks free agency.
Knicks free agency. Here we go.
There a chance in Dallas? The bright lights in New York will call you name. Talk to us about your free agency.
There's a chance.
Okay.
There's a chance.
There was a chance, he goes. Okay, so we start with there was a chance he stays with Dallas. Okay. What he now reveals is insane.
I really did want to stay in Dallas. I think before this
Look at these
season,
best friends.
Before my 4th season in Dallas, my last season in Dallas,
Increases.
we try to extend our contract, whatever we can get. The most we can get was like 4 years and $55 million.
Brother, 4 years, $55 million for Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, that's less than $15 million a year. Look at me do math.
So, obviously, we wanted to do that. I wanted to stay there. I thought I would be there for a long time, and I liked my role there. It's funny.
Change his hair and everything after.
Man, you can do so much. You can get more. You can get more. I'm saying like, well, like I want to be safe. And I'm not trying to gamble right now. This is not something you really gamble with if it's out there.
Right.
And so, but they were like, we want to see where we're at. Like 20, 25 games into the season. But we were like, all right, well, if we're not going to do it, I kind of don't want to do it until after the season. I'm not trying to think about this
During the season, right?
Yeah. So there's a period where Luka went out, and I started to start. I was playing really well. I think I was averaging like 20 and like 6 maybe, whatever. It was about that 20 to 25 mark. And so we went back. We're like, hey, like if the deal's there, we're thinking about it. Like I'll do it. Like right now. Still, it was no. Like it was
Still no. So first they're getting him for less than $15 million a year. Okay, but now then it's $20 million a year. Like for reference, PJ Washington making $21 million right here. Okay, 14, yes, 19, 21, 22, 24. Okay. Is anyone saying this is even a bad contract? This is a respectable contract for PJ Washington. This is Jalen Brunson. This is 27 points, 6 assists a game. It's JB. He let him walk for free. Didn't get anything back. He said, I think I did a really good job. Letting Jalen Brunson walk. Trading Kristaps Porzingis for nothing. Now, why did he trade Kristaps Porzingis? Because he didn't get along with Luka. Why did he trade Jalen Brunson? Because he didn't want 2 ball-dominant players because it didn't make sense with Luka. But then you trade Luka. So what are we talking about? Your moves don't add up, man. You didn't do a good job. So I think even if they do rebound, whatever Draymond was saying, deserves to be fired. Listen to Gil's Arena, a favorite of the show, even though this is like the first real live stream. Shout out to all 16 of you in here. My homies, this is the start of a grind, brothers. I really appreciate you. If you could like the stream, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, let's subscribe. I appreciate it. Love you all. I really do. I really appreciate you guys being here. So, Mike from Mavs GM. I mean, I actually would be confident I could do a better job. Now, would it take me a little bit to learn the salary cap rules? Yes. They are very intense. But it's all about the art of the deal, kind of, with this general manager stuff. I think I can negotiate. I think I can pull it off. Wouldn't that be something, though? NBA YouTuber to general manager of an NBA franchise. So, Nico Harrison is modern NBA coaches. What Doc Rivers is to modern NBA. Okay, so Nico Harrison's like is like the Doc Rivers of GMs. The thing is, though, do we think Nico gets another job in basketball? Like, who takes him after this? This is the move. Like, this is the worst. Like, can we name the general manager who drafted Darko Milicic? Now I'm curious. Pistons general managers. Okay. Well, let's give us... It was Joe Dumars. I thought it was Joe Dumars. I really did. I was going to say it. I don't want to be that guy that says I was going to say it, but I really did think it was Joe Dumars. Okay, so Joe Dumars is proving me wrong because look at though, it took him a bit to rebound. It took then Sacramento, then New Orleans, where he promised us that Zion was locked in. We can't trust Joe Dumars. You can't trust Nico Harrison. Fair, though. I guess some people would be able to name Joe Dumars. Jalen Brunson would be 4th year of that 4-year, $55 million if the Mavs gave it to him. Yeah, but like think about the flexibility they would have had with that contract. Think about Jalen Brunson in 2024. The Mavericks in that finals. What was their problem? Let's look right now. 2024 NBA Finals. What is that? Why is that popping up more? Okay, 2024 NBA Finals, right? So first of all, the problem is that Luka 10 plus more points per game than Kyrie, and then PJ at 10, like no help. Definition of a backpack here. Kyrie at least was like a nice third piece, you would say. Like this is numbers you'd want from a third guy, not a second guy. But assists per game. Let's consider this for a second. 16.8 assists per game. That is absurdly low, and I wish that I could just pull up every single NBA Finals team by their assists, but we could just like scroll through here. Assists 25.4, okay? Assists 23. These are Finals teams, okay? Assists 23.5, assists 25.3. We'll just go two more just to make the point here. Assists 23, assists 20. 2020 Heat Lakers, assists 25. Assists 24.3. So, 2024 Finals, the Mavericks were ball stopped with Luka. The Celtics, they played great defense, yes. They did not have, the point is, a secondary playmaker. Now, do they make the Kyrie Irving move if they have Jalen Brunson? No, they don't. So, I'll give you that. I'll definitely give you that. But with Jalen Brunson, I do think that they have a better chance. Is that wild to say? Like, is that controversial? I think JB is better than Kyrie at this point in their careers. I mean, Kyrie fans don't come at me. Yeah, Nico's done some great work for the Lakers. Why not make it official? That is the diabolical move. Nico Harrison joins the Lakers staff. That is what we need to see. Anthony Davis gets traded back over there. Nico joins the staff. Dallas ends up in Las Vegas. Maybe that's the end result of all this, huh? Maybe. I like watching some more video clips. I wish, like, we have some. All right, AD's only played in 14 of 46 possible games with Dallas. It's not great. Dallas Mavericks 24-year sellout, 24-year Kobe year sellout streak of home games officially ended. Whew. Now that is a fan base that is coming together to defend their man. We do love to see that. Dude, Dumont, is he ever not smiling? Like, he's like a sinister villain character. If we're just being honest. Like, Nico at least is looking like, man, I just either one, sold my soul, or two, made the biggest mistake of all time. But Pastor Dumont is just like happy. Like, he's like, yeah, it's like, I mean, owning an NBA franchise would be super fun. So maybe he's just like an internally optimistic guy, and like I can give credit to that if that's the case, but maybe he's also devious and pulling moves to Las Vegas. I think the Celtics would have still won that 2024 Finals with Brunson on the Mavs, but in 6 or 7 games instead. Yeah, they were pretty outmatched. I will definitely admit that. But the Celtics also had one Kristaps Porzingis on that roster, who Nico also traded, and he traded him for Bertans and Dinwiddie. So what if they had both of them? I mean, at least Luka has help then, at least, right? Like, at least Luka has a chance. Hilariously, I was actually attending this Dallas Mavericks versus Boston Celtics game. I got invited to it. Great time. Dallas, great city. But it's wild because, like, the Mavericks fans were so sad. I can only imagine how they were after the Luka trade. But they were so sad. And then just to be in that building with a blowout, it was cool to be there. The Luka Doncic 1 finals win, Dallas Mavericks, a historic game. Love to collect those. All right. So, pride goes before the fall. What's this?
And also, unfortunately, I'm super stubborn, so someone telling me to do something doesn't work too well for me. And also, unfortunately,
This is like again, you're not saying this with your chest at all energy. Unfortunately, I'm super stubborn, so, like, this is insane. You're super stubborn? Who even says that? I'm stubborn. Like, I'm hard-headed.
And also, unfortunately, I'm super stubborn, so someone telling me to do something doesn't work too well for me.
So
And also,
stubborn, you don't know Steph Curry's name. You just do whatever you want. You ruin your career. It's bad. I feel like the fire Nico chants are going to stick around like the F. Trae Young chants in New York. Nico has cemented himself in Mavs culture. Now, right? Like, just because he gets fired, I agree. Just like they're just losing in general. They're just fire Nico at any point. I'll say, for the Knicks with that, though, it's like, Knicks fans, why are you allowing Trae Young to live in your head rent-free? Huh? I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, F Trae Young, you're just I'm from New Jersey. I've been in the Garden countless times at this point in my life. Been to Yankees games a bunch. You know, you get the F Boston chants, right? When you're at Yankees games. And that makes sense. They're just like rivals. It's just like a random, okay, they're just screw you, Boston. Oh yeah. Saying F Trae Young when it's like the Atlanta Hawks won playoff series. It's just a little weird to me. I'll say, yeah, just living rent-free. Fumbling Steph Curry Nike deal. Like, this is Nico Harrison's legacy. It really is. This is his basketball legacy. So the question, where do the Mavericks go from here? If I were them, I would say you ride this out for a bit. You see where you're at the trade deadline. And then if that's the case, you move Anthony Davis. I mean, the problem is, though, they only have their 2027 first-round pick. 2026, I mean 2026. They only have their 2026 first-round pick. So they are in a loaded draft class. This is a loaded draft class. That's just a NASCAR team. Stay away from Nico Harrison. He will ruin you. I think there are as many FL2 chants at Yankee games as FL chants to start the 2021 season. Fair. But again, these guys are living rent free. Like, I'm not a fan. Personally, I can't chant that. Like, St. John's and the Bulls, of course, but St. John's is my like number one team. And I'm not just randomly chanting F UConn, F Villanova. Like, I can't be that guy. They can't live rent free. Have they beaten us a ton? Yes. Are we making a comeback? Yes. So where do they go from here, though? Okay, so Draymond says, pointing the finger, whack to me. So Draymond, Stephen A. Smith, there's a clip of Stephen A. saying that the Mavericks, let's just see. Stephen A. Mavericks title favorites. Yep.
If Kyrie Irving comes back healthy and Anthony Davis is healthy, I think Dallas should be the favorite to win it all.
Really? Oh, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
All Kazim goes?
Oklahoma is the reigning defending champion. They pretty much had their way with most teams this year before the finals. Before it was pushed to 7 games. Not Dallas. The year before.
Dallas did hold tough with them in the regular season. Post-Luka trade, I looked this up. I did fact-check it. However, do we really care about that? Like, I mean, I understand they were vulnerable 7-game series in the NBA Finals. Yeah. If Halliburton doesn't tear his Achilles, maybe they lose. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's listen to the rest of this man's logic.
Before they took Oklahoma City out. Kyrie and those
the year before they took Oklahoma City out. The year before they had Luka Doncic. Stephen A., you know this. Why are you wearing glasses inside, Stephen A.? And I think so is Melo. We got double glasses inside, energy.
Is that kryptonite?
Kyrie's a different breed, too.
He's a different breed. Cooper Flag can play. He's just a rookie, but he can play.
It ain't going to take long for Cooper Flag.
If Nico
and then not only that, you got Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, who doesn't have to play the 5. I got news for you. Lively, Gafford, and these brothers can play. And then you got P.J. Washington, who can play.
Why, like, Stephen A. knows, I think, a little more ball than this guy can play. I said this in my other video. He's just consistently just saying these guys can play. He's giving us nothing. He's not saying, like, P.J. Washington, who could stretch the floor, play defense, drive the ball to the rim when necessary. He's just like, PJ Washington, who can play the game of basketball, he can play. He has legs. He is able to dribble. Also, Anthony Davis playing the 5 is his ideal spot. Now, maybe you could make the case, like, injury concerns, we don't want him playing there anymore. But, I mean, what's AD shooting from 3 right now? I have no idea, so I'm just going to this blind. We're in the modern NBA. AD is shooting 27% from 3 as a stretch 4. That's a problem. That's a problem. If he's down low playing center, we like that. Why is it a positive that he's now playing with 2? Like, we know Anthony Davis doesn't want to play center. We know that. But sometimes in life, you don't know what's best for you. I lost it. Oh, is this it? Okay.
Jason Kidd
can coach.
I believe.
Not can coach well. He just can.
If healthy, will win the chip.
You think they can go from trading Luka, getting the #1 pick? I'm not mad at that. It's a sexy dark horse. I'll give you that for sure. But the West is.
The Lakers have a chance. I'm not ruling out Houston because Ime Udoka could coach his ass off, and KD is KD. And what they really needed was a #1 option, and they got it in KD.
Yeah.
Who's the truth? Still, all of that's true. But I just believe the Dallas Mavericks with Kyrie Irving, not just Kyrie, all those other guys. But you got to remember, they got size at every position but with Kyrie. Guess what?
Size don't matter with
It don't matter.
Defensively,
it would. Defensively, it would. But offensively, you ain't stopping Kyrie. He's just spectacular.
It was not a good take. I'll say Melo has been pretty great from what I've seen, but the fact that he's agreeing with this take. Stephen A. also was just straight yapping. He had nothing to say. Like, he had no explanation. All right, so.
Patrick Dumont. First of all, when you have this on Patrick Dumont, right? You say that he said to the fans.
So what's Sham say here?
Accountability. Is this a scapegoat move on his part, saying that it really wasn't us? It was Nico Harrison that did it? Or is he truly owning the fact that, yes, this was us, and we compelled Nico
This
Harrison?
is important for all the conspiracy theories here.
Who was the person that insisted Luka Doncic needed?
We know what you're saying, Stephen A. Get to the point.
Stephen A., it was Nico Harrison. It was Nico Harrison's decision. It was Nico Harrison's pitch. It was Nico Harrison's idea to trade Luka Doncic. But, of course, any move that gets made, Stephen A., you know, if a general manager at any level is making a trade, it is with the blessing and the sign-off of ownership as well. Now, it might have taken Nico Harrison days, weeks to get Patrick Dumont on board, but after the Mavericks made it to the NBA Finals in 2024, I'm told that's when the Patrick Dumont-Nico Harrison relationship, that was the strongest it's ever been. That's when Patrick Dumont, what I'm told, he looked at Nico Harrison as a basketball savant, as someone that when Nico Harrison speaks, when he has an idea.
So Patrick Dumont infamously had no idea what he was talking about after the trade. I believe he referenced like guys with incredible work ethics for what they needed. Let's see, Patrick Dumont. See if this works. Yup, nailed it. Nailing the Google searches. If you look at the greats in the league, the people you and I grew up with, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Kobe Bryant, Shaq, they worked really hard every single day with a singular focus to win. Now, is Shaq possibly the most dominant center of all time? Like, prime Shaq? There's an argument to be made for that. Shaq himself brings great joy in saying that he did not work his hardest. He doesn't even, like, care that he left stuff on the table. When he was with Allen Iverson on their podcast, they were just giggling about how they didn't practice. So this is what Dumont is saying. He somehow goes Jordan, Bird, Kobe, and Shaq as the pillars of work ethic. If you don't have that, you shouldn't be part of the Dallas Mavericks. Now, this is what Patrick Dumont said about Luka Doncic. So maybe he did just completely listen to Nico Harrison, but like, if you're running an NBA franchise and you just don't know ball at all, is that not a little wild? Like, if you're owning it, shouldn't you at least catch up with the times? Like, I get it's a fun, but also, don't you want to win? Don't you want to know what you're doing? Don't you want to just be competent? A little strange.
Idea, it's basketball gospel. And so when Nico Harrison came to Patrick Dumont with that concept, there was alignment there. Eventually, there was alignment within the front office, alignment with the coach, and that's when you see this transaction take place.
Okay. So it was all Nico Harrison's fault. That's what we're getting. So where do the Mavericks go from here? They have one of two options. One, immediately trade Anthony Davis and tank for this year's draft. Two, ride it out with this team, and then you're stuck forever. You know what? I am going to say trade Anthony Davis for young guys and tank. Like, why would you not do that? Now, you're going to get a lesser package than with Luka, but, probably if you keep Luka, maybe you don't make maybe you do make the playoffs. So, you got Cooper Flag. You don't want to wait until 2030 to be able to draft again. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. I mean, it's a risk to tank. Like, look at how bad some of the teams in the NBA are this year. Like, we're talking we've got top 9 and 2s, and then we have 1 and 10, 1 and 9, 1 and 9, 2 and 8. This is really bad. Somehow we have 3 teams right here in contention to have the worst record ever. 3 of them. When they play each other, what happens? What fans show up? Do they pay people to go to their games? They might have to. The point being, even if the Dallas Mavericks tank right now, they are 3 and 8. Okay, there's no guarantee that they even get a top 5 pick. Like, they might end up number 8 tanking. Do you take that in this draft class? Trading Anthony Davis, get some more picks, get one more young player on your team? I do think that Patrick Dumont being new to owning an NBA team is probably what did play a large role into why you listen too much to Nico. I do agree with that. This is what makes tanking hard, though, here. I mean, but, like, to be locked in with this roster, you're realistically just not beating the best teams in the West. Like, the West is absurdly stacked. You're telling me you're going through the Nuggets, the Rockets, the Thunder, the Lakers. You're going through any of them? I don't know. I don't know you go through any of them. And then we add in the Spurs. Then we add in the Timberwolves. And the Warriors? Are you even making the playoffs? Is the question, even if you try. It's a tough situation, but I'm saying you trade Anthony Davis. I'm saying you find a young player to trade for. Maybe it is the Golden State Warriors. I mean, the Warriors are going to have to make a move, but they're going to have to make a move at the trade deadline. So that's the problem as well. A lot of teams right now with Anthony Davis's contract, you're stuck because you can't make a great trade until the trade deadline with a lot of teams. So then maybe you accidentally win too much. Maybe you hold Anthony Davis out, though. You keep saying he's injured. Mavs could trade all of the edge pieces and keep Kyrie and AD until they're healthy and have better trade value. Gafford and PJ to Warriors, Spurs, Clay to Rockets, maybe. The Mavs should only trade Kyrie or Clay, not both. If they are going to trade someone, I mean, what is Klay Thompson's trade value, though, right now? Like, what's his contract? I don't know if you could possibly move Klay. Like, he's about to turn 36 years old this season, okay? He's shooting 31.4%, guys. Like, this is not the Klay we grew up loving. This is not, I mean, I don't know if I grew up with him. Like high school. Regardless, this is not the Klay we used to know and love. His contract is tradable. It's a tradable contract, so that is possible. A team would have to talk themselves into him for some reason. They're like, why would he not be playing well right now? This is supposed to be a contending roster. It's not like he's playing in the Wizards and just not trying. Kyrie Irving coming back. It's just like, yeah, Kyrie would have trade value, wouldn't he? It's Kyrie's contract. I mean, we know it's a little bit lower. Like, what was it, around the 40 mil? Only 36 mil this year. Only 36 mil. But that's workable. That is workable. If Kyrie comes back, plays healthy, a good stretch of however many games, like, you would figure the move would be, if you were to tank, if you were to bottom out right now, and again, it's because of this. Like, we need to just remember this, okay? Dallas Mavericks, first-round picks. Okay? This is the reason. If this was not the situation, then maybe. They only own their 2006 first-round pick straight up. After that, every pick from 2027 to 2030 is going to a different team unless they get a top 2 pick in 2027. So it's really bottom out now, tank now, or man, you're stuck with this team for a while. Like, you can't even tank after the Anthony Davis and Kyrie contracts are up. You don't have your picks. I don't like basketball, middle ground, you could right now give up Anthony Davis, try to get young players, young pieces, a lot of picks, just a lot of good picks. And if you give up AD, then you turn the ball over to Cooper Flag and you just let him thrive this year. We saw that with Cade Cunningham, right? Pistons just gave the ball to Cade, said, hey, you're going to have one of the worst teams in the NBA, but you're going to get a lot better. And when guys are locked in, like Cade is, like Coop is, that ends up working. Now, if a guy is a little bit floaty, it doesn't work. So is this a tough situation? Yeah, but the Mavericks are in a really, really tough spot right now. They just fired their GM. What's the plan, though? Patrick Dumont doesn't know basketball. So who's running the show? So it's a wild one. I will say, though, I appreciate you all for being in this live stream. Going to be a lot more coming. There's going to be a lot more schedule coming, okay? We're going to be doing scheduled streams, but I wanted to just jump on for this one because I just wanted to react to this big news. So thank you all. I appreciate you all. I hope you have an awesome night. Thank you so much for being here, supporting Craig, Jerry, Dominic, Jesse, my guys, everyone in the chat. Thank you for being here and for being active. You guys are the homies. All right? Really appreciate you. Hope you subscribe. Turn on notifications so you see more streams, more videos. And we'll talk to you later.